Hi y'all, my name is Chloe Hudson. I am an intuitive channel and a spiritual healer. And today I wanted to talk a bit about twin flame dynamics. I've titled this Twin Flame, It Is No Cakewalk, and we're going to focus on the runner dynamic. So a brief overview of twin flame. We are all twin flames. What a twin flame is, on a soul level understanding, you as a human being are a tiny little beautiful fragment of your much more grand oversoul. So way out there in the ethers and the cosmos and all that is, your full soul exists. You've split fragments off of souls that have come down and encompassed your human vessel. Your twin flame is simply the equal counterpart to your soul. So you make up the majority masculine or the majority feminine of this balance, and your twin flame makes up the other part, which may be the majority feminine or the majority masculine. Okay? It does not mean that you have incarnated into this life with a twin flame human being. We all have a twin flame. The majority of twin flames up until this lifetime, one has incarnated and the other has stayed on the other side acting as a guide or a guardian angel as such to help you move through your life, being there to support you, to bring forth miracles when needed, to basically help keep you out of trouble and keep you on the path that you were hoping to stay on via your soul contract. Now, because this lifetime is so special and we are evolving and ascending into the fifth dimension, New Earth, many twin flame partnerships have chosen to incarnate into this lifetime at the same time. So it is possible that you will meet your 100% twin flame match in this life. Now, there is so much information about twin flame partnerships, though one thing that I would like to clarify is that while in fifth dimension, ultimate partnership with your twin flame is sacred union. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's everything that you could imagine a higher, evolved, loving relationship through intimacy and connection would be. Though that is in fifth dimension. You are residing in fourth dimension, possibly still holding on to some of your third dimensional beliefs. This puts you in a certain limitation and puts your twin flame counterpart in the same limitations in general if they have incarnated in the same lifetime. So when you meet your twin flame, because they are the most ultimate mirror you can ever have in this life, they will absolutely project, reflect back your deepest, darkest, most painful illusions, the lies that you tell to yourself, all of the things basically that keep you from ascending into fifth dimensional New Earth. Now, from a spiritual soul view, this is an amazing gift because most of us would love to ascend into fifth dimensional New Earth, and knowing that we can only get there when we've cleared out all of the illusion, all of the third dimensionality, all of the fourth dimensional baggage, we're very grateful to have the opportunity to be shown the things, the issues, the feelings, the emotions, the beliefs, etc., that we need to clear away to get there. Though when you're human and you're experiencing it, it is painful. It is not fun. And it is very confusing most of the time because, like we all know in our closest relationships, it can be very trying to realize, remember clarify with yourself that an issue that's coming up with your twin flame or whomever is in the relationship with you is in fact a projection of something that you need to work on within your own being. This is very difficult for our ego to grasp, and it is necessary to be able to take responsibility for our own faults, our illusions, and clear them. This does not mean that the other person does not have their responsibilities. Though if we are to only focus on what they're doing or what we think they're doing or anything about them, we don't have the full opportunity to clear our own issues. So I bring this up because in my experience, I had a belief that twin flame was as beautiful as I perceive Mary Magdala and Yeshua ben Joseph's relationship to be. I believed that when I meet my twin flame, that'll be it. Fireworks will go off, I'll have a soul level recognition. Of course, we'll move through certain patterns and understandings, though it will be so imbued with love and light and spiritual fulfillment that I'll know forevermore that this is it. Oh no, please be very clear that your twin flame relationship, in most ways, and I'm not talking necessarily abusive ways, or if you've experienced relationships that have just been horrific, this is not what I mean. But on a soul level, on a human realization level, your twin flame relationship may be the most painful, difficult, self-actualizing relationship that you will ever have. It is tough. If you have incarnated into this life with your physical twin flame, you are an extremely strong human being and soul, and you will be tested, like it's one of the stages, testing. I bring this up because it's very important to register that this person absolutely is going to reflect back to you the polar opposite, first of all, because in the illusion, that's what they are. In the illusion, they represent the polar opposite. In fifth dimension, they represent the complementary differences of you. Though you have to work into that space to get there. So in the beginning, when you're in the illusion and engaging in this relationship, some deep-rooted, painful issues will come up. And it is the most loving thing you can do for yourself to step back, register what's happening, and start to process. This is why often there's the runner dynamic. So much comes up so quick. In my experience with my twin flame that I have met, who is not an actualized person, like me is how I would say it, they are not on their conscious spiritual path. They are not aware of what twin flame even means, or that they have a twin flame, and that they've met their twin flame. So there's my polar opposite in a way. But my twin flame, even though he's not actualized, he's already subconsciously running. Because so much comes up when you meet your soul match. Instantly, it all bubbles up to the surface because your soul recognizes that they're now in front of your soul. So all of the unconscious, subconscious stuff starts to come up. And without the human even necessarily acknowledging it, they back away because it's a ton to deal with. Now, as a twin flame that is actualized, that does know that they have met their partner, and this is your twin flame, and now your twin flame is running, it is extremely painful. But I want you to know that there is so much beauty in this stage, because as painful and as difficult as it is right now with them already running, with you being in separation, them not physically being with you, them not emotionally being with you, on and on and on. Look how hard and difficult some of the lessons have already been and continue to be. Now imagine if you're next to them every day, all day, or in some form, if you were acting out the normal dynamic of a relationship with them, they would be mirroring and projecting your issues onto you all day, every day. How do you even have a moment to process one thing that comes up before the next thing comes up? Twin flame relationships are extremely dynamic like this. So if you are in a twin flame relationship and you are having the runner-chaser dynamic, if you are the chaser, first recognize, do you really want to be chasing right now? This is a blessing in disguise. Issues are coming up for both you and them, and you actually have the opportunity to deal with them, to clear them within your being. And more will still keep coming up while they're running. They don't have to be with you physically to be mirroring and projecting your images. This is how, your illusions, your patterns. It will keep coming up for you. The relationship is so strong that even though they're not physically with you, they will continue to mirror and light up, like I like to say, your issues that stand in between you and awareness, fifth dimensional new earth. So feel blessed and grateful that this is happening, because it can be a much more gentle process if they are running than it would be if they were with you. Now, one thing that the guides are asking me to bring up right now is the understanding of manifestation in regard to scarcity and abundance. If you have a runner dynamic happening and you are playing out or thinking about playing out the chaser dynamic, register that if you move into chaser role, you are telling the universe that you have scarcity. There is something outside of you that you are missing or lacking that you want to bring forth. Now, if you have a certain level of awareness in regard to third dimension, fourth dimension, and fifth dimension, you may be cognitive to the fact that while your experience right now in fourth dimension seems as if though you're without something, your reality in fifth dimension, you have this desire fulfilled. So the way for you to bypass the scarcity would be when the moments come up where you feel without, here now in this human reality, instead of looking out at something that you're without, look at yourself that exists now in fifth dimension with what you desire. And this is how you know you already have it. This is how you manifest it into being here now. Because you do already have it. It exists in fifth dimension. It may not be where you physically reside right now. It may not be where your consciousness fully exists, though you have the ability to tap into the place where your desire is fulfilled. So tap in, get your fill, find your fulfillment in another way. It's not going to look like what you think it should be. It may not be that your twin flame is right here, right now, in the way that you would prefer possibly it to be fulfilled, this desire. Though you can find a level of fulfillment by reaching out to yourself in fifth dimension that is fulfilled with their twin flame, whether this be with their twin flame as two people or fulfilled with yourself internally as twin flame. Because the one absolute in twin flame relationships is that you will only reach the harmonizing stage, the sacred union in purity for every now moment, when you are fully actualized as twin flame inside your own being. You've heard this before. And it's true in all of life, not just twin flame. You won't find fulfillment outside of yourself. You must give it to yourself first, and then you will attract it. So they are not going to bring fulfillment. In fact, if you go reaching for them and you're not fully aligned with your truth, they're simply going to mirror that you're not fully aligned. It's going to be extremely uncomfortable, probably very painful, and it will not go away until you deal with it. This is why the separation is a bit like a sabbatical, because it takes time, awareness, understanding, processing to let go of all of these illusionary patterns. You have been ingraining these illusions into your soul being, into your truth, into your perceived truth for lifetimes and lifetimes. It takes a bit of work to clear it. So that's what I wanted to talk about in regard to twin flame. I want you to be very clear that twin flame relationships are difficult. They're tough. You are an extremely strong human being if you have incarnated into this lifetime with your 100% twin flame in physical incarnation also. Whether you have actualized that you have met your twin flame, whether you have not met your twin flame yet, whether you're not sure if you have a twin flame physically incarnated, one thing to be clear is that the only way to reach your ultimate fulfillment is to balance the twin flame energies within inside your own being. Your twin flame on the energetic level is always with you. They are you. They are the most pure, clear complement to your being. Pray to them. Ask for their help. Even if you've met your human twin flame and they're doing what they do and it doesn't look in any way like you thought it would, you still have beautiful, fulfilling relationship with your twin flame higher self. And that can be very fulfilling. And while it's painful to let go of the human or have the trust that it may come back full circle, and if they do not come back, if they were a runner, then this is the divine way it is meant to be. It's difficult to let go of what we want things to be. And I promise you, a twin flame relationship will not look like the normal relationship dynamic that we have believed in. It is changing all of that. That's one reason it's so painful, is because one thing that twin flames are here to do in this lifetime is dissolve the way people perceive how intimate relationships should look. We have put relationships into a box. We say, this is what we do. We meet somebody, we court, we date, we become monogamous, we date some more, we get engaged, we get married, we have kids, we have a white picket fence, yada, yada, yada. We've created a structure for relationships. This structure limits. Like all structures, it does give you a foundation, it does give you support and strength, though ultimately it is limited because you have built walls. You have put yourself in a box. Twin flame relationships are here to dissolve that and open into true sacred union that does not limit, that is open and freeing and fulfilling. I'm not saying that monogamy is going to disappear, but I am saying that you are your own individual, independent, beautiful soul human being. And you honor yourself fully in all of the things that you choose to feel, to be, to experience, while upholding your twin flame as another beautiful, independent soul human being. And you honor and respect their experiences, their emotional process, all of these things. So it may not look like, even now, a normal relationship. And this may be scary to you right now, because that's all you've ever known any form of relationship to be. But twin flame dynamics are going to change all of that. It is going to allow us to be sovereign in our own self and simply be clear on, we love this person, and we can love this person because we fully love ourselves. We honor ourselves, therefore we honor all that this person is in their choices, and on and on and on. So please, be gentle with yourself. If you are a twin flame and you are experiencing the runner dynamic, or if you are the runner, be gentle with yourself. You are safe to allow yourself to move through the process. But please be clear that when fear comes up, it's letting you know there's something that inevitably you are going to need to look at. You cannot run from it forever. Take your time. Deal with your issues. It's no good to reflect your stuff back onto somebody else if you have the ability to keep from doing that. I know that is a natural part of the twin flame dynamic, though there are many things that we can realize we're projecting and reflecting, and we can take responsibility. If you need the time to separate from your twin flame to figure out how to do that and be a more loving, caring friend to this person first and foremost, then please do that. But be aware that if you're conscious that you're running, there is fear that you will have to deal with, and it will continue to come up. And the longer that you run from it, the stronger and possibly more uncomfortable and painful the lessons are going to be to get you to the place to overcome them. Thank you all for listening. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you are interested in receiving a channeling or a healing, please check out my website, worldpeaceprojects.global. Bye-bye.